Hello, strangers of the internet. I'm Squid. Nice to meet you. So, you want to participate in Artfight this year, huh? Well, as someone who has participated for the past 4 years, I'd say you've come to the right place. In the background from time to time, you'll see me working on my Artfight references. So, sit back, relax, grab a snack, maybe like apple slices or something, and enjoy. So, first things first, what even is Artfight? Do I attack people with tablets and sketchbooks? As fun as that sounds, no. Artfight is an annual art gifting game that lasts for 1 month at the beginning of July. Every year, there are 2 teams you can choose from. This year, it's fossils versus crystals. You can choose whichever one suits your fancy, whether you like one team better than the other or you just like the color. I'm personally going to be joining fossils, the objectively better team. How it works is that you first join a team, like I just stated. In July during the event, in the top right corner next to your username, there should be a button that says Current Event. Clicking this will put you on a random team. You have 2 more roles to be sorted onto your desired team though, a total of 3. You can also become a spectator at any time, meaning you will not be on a team and therefore will not be able to participate. Each time you switch to the other team, you must make yourself a spectator. You can also pre-register for a team early around late June. Once you select a team, you find an original character, typically belonging to someone from the other team, and you draw them. This is called an attack. Your team earns points based on the type of attack you draw. More on that later. The artist that receives an attack from you can choose to attack you back. They draw one of your OCs as revenge for attacking them, which is why it's called a revenge. Or they could pay it forward and attack someone else from the other team. But remember, just because you attack someone doesn't mean that they have to revenge you. Nobody is obligated to revenge anyone. You draw who you want to draw. Please don't attack someone just in hopes for getting a revenge. Attack people and their OCs that you really want to draw. Now, you may be like,
Squid, my best friend is also participating in Artfight, and I want to draw one of their original characters, but they're on the same team as me. What do I do?
well, do not worry, my friend, because you can also do friendly fire attacks. Friendly fire is when you attack someone from the same team as you. This, however, means that you will have a significant deduction in points than if you attack someone from the opposite team, 20% to be exact. But remember, earning points and your team winning at the end of the month doesn't actually earn you anything. There are these cute little pixel buttons that you can put on your profile, and if you happen to win, it'll have a little crown above it. And if you participated in the event, you'll get at least 1 badge. The winners and traders, which are changing your team in the middle of the event, can earn at least 2 badges, but that's about the extent of any winnings you'll earn. I personally try to attack people's OCs that I like, regardless of the team. When submitting an attack, you have a few sections you need to fill out. The size of your attack, which refers to how much of the character is visible in the art. The finish, which refers to the overall detail of the attack. Color, which refers to the values of the attack. Shading, which refers to lights and shadows. And background, which refers to aspects of the art in the addition to the character. The more time you spend, the more points you get. For example, an uncolored sketch is going to be worth a lot less points than a work that is fully illustrated scene. There are other sections other than art that you can choose from, like crafts and 3D models, but for this video, I will just be talking about the scoring for drawings and other illustrative works. I'm about to tell you a ton of information, so just remember that Artfight page has all of this in detail, plus examples. And if you're ever stumped for whatever reason, have a question, or just want to find fun characters to attack, I highly suggest that you join the official Artfight Discord. There is a filter and rating forum to ask any questions that you may have, and a target hunting channel to find characters, an art channel to post your cool art, and it's really just a fun place to chat. This is the main place announcements about the site would be, especially during the beginning of the season. Some new art fighters might not know, but it's almost like tradition for the site to crash at the beginning of July. I recommend saving any OC references and character IDs, you need those to submit your attack, that you want to attack beforehand so you can start drawing right away. Anywho, how are points calculated? The size category has 4 subsections: simple shaped characters, headshot, half body, and full body. Simple shape refers to if a character is very simple. Common characters that would fit this category would be worms on strings, blobs, and stick figure type characters. Simple shaped also refers to a really close-up shot of a character. It's typically considered 15% or less of the character is showing. Then it would be labeled as a simple shaped character. A headshot would be considered about 1/4 of the character, typically from the armpits up. A half body is, well, half the body. And finally, a full body is considered the majority of the character showing. That means if you hate drawing feet and you want to cut off the feet of a character, don't worry, it's still considered a full body. If any of that at all is confusing, there should be a guide up on the screen right now that you can refer to. Now onto the finish. A rough sketch refers to art with visible construction lines or very messy lines. A clean sketch, lines, and lineless refers to work that have clean lines or clear shapes and silhouettes. Pretty straightforward. The three categories for color are uncolored, which refers to no color or a single color applied to the work. Monochrome, however, are not considered uncolored if the tones of the color are accurate to the character's design. Then there is rough color, which is where colors are applied evenly, sketchingly, or commonly spill out of the border of the character drawing. Clean color, or painted, refers to little to no color spill and the characters are colored to match their reference images. Monochrome pieces are categorized under clean color. Now, onto shading. Unshaded means that there's no shading anywhere within the drawing. Minimal shading, which refers to shading in a few places, but not all over the work. And fully shaded, which means shading is present throughout the whole entire piece. And finally, background. No or minimal background refers to either a transparent, gradient, or photographed background. Sadly, this also includes pre-made brushes. Sorry all my digital brush fans, I know I'm crying. Next is pattern or abstract, which features self-made, so no brushes, repeating designs or abstract backgrounds that aren't super simple. Handwritten text also counts for this category. For all my traditional artists out there, coloring in the background would go in this category. Props or scene elements feature either a few grounding objects like a single chair and a table, or grounding props or held objects. And finally, scene. This features objects in the fore, middle, and or background. Now that we have gone over how to categorize your text, I want to make sure that everyone knows that you don't have to put your blood, sweat, and tears into every single art piece you make for this event. You can do a bust sketch with no color and no background. Any person would love to get any art that they got, even if it's just a doodle. I know I would. This month is supposed to be a month for fun and for creative exploration, not to stress yourself out about how your art piece isn't, quote, as great as this art piece that some guy spent 5 days on. These categories are put into place so that anyone can participate in Artfight, even if you are just a beginner artist. They are not judging skill, they're judging the finish. Hear my words, hear them, and internalize them forever and ever and ever and ever. Along with points, you may also need to filter some characters or attacks. Artfight is a 13+ event, which means you can't draw or post anything explicitly sexual, but artistic nudity is allowed. Things you need to censor is gore, body horror, nudity, suggestive themes, eye strain, and sensitive content. There are moderate and extreme filters for gore and nudity. The Artfight website has cheat sheets that you can look at, but do be aware there are some images that people may not enjoy looking at. They are always covered by a spoiler, so they won't be there right when you open the page, but beware clicking on them. Now that we've gone over how points are calculated in filters, let's talk about common phrases you may hear. The ones I've already mentioned are attack, revenge, and friendly fire. So if you go to your profile, you'll see a little section called defenses. This is where all the attacks people have given to you go. A battle ratio, more commonly referred to just as ratio, is comparing the number of attacks you submit versus the defenses you receive. So the more defenses equals a lower number, and the more attacks means a higher number. A mass attack is very similar to a regular attack, but includes a ton of different characters. Whether the characters included are all from the same person or all different, a mass attack can have max 100 characters. I've personally done some before, and they're very rewarding once you finish them. When submitting a mass attack, if you choose to do so, you select one person as the recipient. I would make sure it's someone from the opposite team so your points don't get deducted. If you write a private message, only the person labeled as the recipient will see it. Another common phrase you may hear is hit list. These are forms that you can fill out to give someone your characters for them to draw. Hit lists are a great way to have people find and look at your characters. Making a hit list is also a great way to find characters. Since Artfight isn't like normal social media, it's hard to be attacked, especially when you're new. Hit lists and target hunting channels in the Discord are a great way for people to see your characters. Some other things we see on the site are the option to either archive your character or to hide your character. Both of these options make it so that the other participants in Artfight can't see your character on their page. The difference between the two is that archiving your characters gets rid of all the information and images on the character profile, but keeps the names and filters. Since you're only allowed to have up to 100 characters on your page, this is pretty handy. If you have more than 100 OCs, this can be a great way to put your favorite characters on the forefront. Hidden characters are characters that are hidden from your page and no one else can see them except for you. The character still counts the 100 character limit, but all of the images and information is still preserved. Let's talk about reference sheets for your characters. Pic crews, bases, and the like are all allowed to be used for your character references with proper credit. But that's only for character references. Hear me, only for character references. Drawing attacks before July 1st, using bases, pic crews, and anything the like is not allowed as attacks on Artfight. Any kind of generative AI is not allowed on Artfight, attack or otherwise. Your characters are free to use any kind of bases and the like though. I personally tried to include like a full body that's colored, but you can also include a half body and give a detailed explanation in the character bio about what the rest of them look like. Just remember, people will draw your character just as you imagine them if you show them what they look like. Anything outside of that is totally optional, like a turnaround or the back of a character. I personally like to draw my character in maybe 1 or 2 zoomed in sections to better showcase specific aspects of my OC, like if they have a green tongue or some scars. If you're ever at crossroads about what to do, places like Pinterest or Instagram can be a great place to get inspiration. Now, it's important to talk about etiquette. Artfight is a fun event that any creative person can participate in, but it's important to make sure everyone feels welcome. Some common etiquette is not begging people for an attack. You're getting free art and nobody is obligated to attack anyone. If you're not getting as many attacks as you hope, try posting your Artfight on social media or filling out hit lists in the Discord. Another thing is commenting on any attack you received. I know a lot of people have social anxiety, but a simple thank you will do. Sometimes it can be really disheartening if someone spent a lot of time and effort into making an attack for you and they don't get a response back. Or sometimes people think that you just didn't see their attack and they feel kind of bummed out. Remember, a little goes a long way. And with that, I believe you're all ready to participate in Artfight. Whether this is your first year or your fourth, I hope you have an amazing time. Artfight is truly an amazing time where artists from all kinds of backgrounds come together and participate in one big art event. It's truly, truly a special experience that I am so thankful to be a part of each year, and I hope everyone can enjoy it just as much as I do. And yeah, that's it. Anyway, find me at Artfight. Okay, bye!